Good morning. Going for a first run today in one of the shoes that was rated by a lot of people, one of the top daily trainers of 2022, the Hoka Mach 5. I have used some Hoka shoes in the past. When I first got into running, I actually tried a lot of Hoka models. I had the Clifton 5, which I really enjoyed, and then I got the Rincon, which is kind of a faster version of the Clifton, but that shoe pretty much fell apart on me right away. Not great durability in the Rincon. I had the original Carbon X, which was one of the first race shoes that I ever used. But then I kind of moved away from Hoka and went to some other brands. So this is my first time wearing a Hoka shoe in a while. I did get the Clifton 6 as well, but that was the last Hoka shoe that I used prior to this. I can already tell just from walking around in it how different the midsole is in this from the prior Cliftons and other Hoka shoes that I've used. This has the Pro Fly Plus midsole, where it has a nitrogen infused EVA top layer, which is softer and bouncier, and then a ground contact EVA for the outsole. So there's no rubber on the outsole, but it's a rubberized EVA that they're using for the outsole. It's happening again. Another new shoe. I'm trying to do an easy run today. It's difficult. Just finished the first 2 miles. I'm doing about a 7-mile easy run today. Did the first 2 miles in 7:32 pace, just over 15 minutes. So again, usually when I'm doing an easy run, I'm trying to keep it around 8:30. So these again, making me run a little bit faster than was my intention here. But to be honest, they're almost effortless. These are definitely skewing more towards a tempo shoe. I know they're a daily trainer, but they're very lightweight, and this foam feels amazing. It's really nice and bouncy, but not too soft. These shoes, I talked about the Clifton before. I feel like the Mach 5 is like the Hoka Clifton. Hired a personal trainer, got a personal chef, lost some weight, got ripped up, has 6-pack abs. This is like the improved version of the Clifton in every way. It's lighter, it's more energetic, the upper fits better. I really like the tongue on this shoe. It is gusseted, lace flat on the top of your foot, and there's padding under the laces up the eyelet chain and also at the top where you lace it up, so you're not getting any lace pressure from the shoe at all. This also immediately had me thinking of a comparison between the Endorphin Speed 3 and the Puma Deviate Nitro 2, which are two other daily trainers that I've been using a lot recently that are both very good shoes. This definitely feels lighter than both of those, but something that's a big difference, those are both plated shoes. The Endorphin Speed 3 has a nylon plate in there, The Deviate Nitro 2 has a carbon composite plate, and these are not a plated shoe. So there is a lot of debate going on about whether you should use plated shoes in training or if you should save them just for races. So it actually kind of made me think of Billy Madison, the battle between shampoo and conditioner. So that would be plated shoes versus non-plated shoes. So you got on one side the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 and the Puma Deviate Nitro 2 saying plated shoes are better. They help with your efficiency and stabilize the foam. And then on the other side you have the Hoka Mach 5 saying non-plated shoes are better. They make the run silky and smooth, and that's really what I'm getting from these. Just a nice silky smooth run. So far really enjoying these. Gonna finish this run and report some more. So the Hoka Mach 5s are getting a trial by fire in their first week in my possession. I'm in the midst of my marathon training block for the Brooklyn half that I'm doing May 20th. So doing some high mileage weeks. I took these out for an easy run, then I used them for my long run on Saturday. I did an hour and 45 minutes on the treadmill. Today I'm doing a fartlek run with 12 1-minute intervals at 5K pace with 1 minute recovery. So really going for the full run of paces with these shoes. My daughter has dubbed them the mac and cheese colorway. I can see why. And I do enjoy mac and cheese. I've been purchasing some good shoes lately. It helps to watch YouTube reviews of shoes before buying them. Like and subscribe, by the way. So the Hoka Mach 5, really great first impression again. This might be the most versatile shoe I've ever used. And I don't say that lightly because I've tried a lot of shoes now. But these ones, what they do probably better than any other shoe I have right now is they just feel great at any pace. These are like the chameleon shoe. They'll just adapt to whatever surroundings they're in. And what I mean by that is these feel really good at easy pace. So if you just want to take these out for an easy run, they're nice and cushioned, they're a little bit bouncy, nice and smooth, nice rocker, just kind of glide along at a nice easy pace. They feel great for that. They're cushioned enough for easy runs. Then you turn it up a little bit, go to tempo pace, the foam becomes more bouncy. You're getting more rebound from the foam, still nice and smooth, that nice rocker. And then I was just doing some fast intervals. I'll have to see the official times when I get home, but I think most of them were in the 5 minute and change pace, and they felt great at that pace too. Really the main feel of these shoes is a nice amount of bounce, a really nice roll from Hoka's rocker geometry in these. They still don't have great pop from the toe off because they don't have a plate in them. The ground contact foam is a little bit firmer, so that's really supposed to help with that kind of snappiness. And the shoes definitely feel snappy and fast. They remind me of a super shoe in a lot of ways, the way that they feel, except since it's missing that plate, you're trading that poppy toe off for that little bit more comfort and bounciness when you're going slower paces. You know, a lot of race shoes feel really good when you turn up the pace, but you can't really run slow in them. They feel uncomfortable or unstable if you're running slow. These really feel stable at any pace. They feel cushioned at any pace. They feel smooth at any pace. So I would say, you know, they're good almost the entire range. I probably just wouldn't use these for racing because I have shoes that are faster, but they could do it. You know, I could run a nice race in these shoes, but more than any shoe I can think of right now, I'm often, you know, planning my shoe based on the run I'm doing that day. So it's like, all right, today's a slow, easy run. I'll choose one of my more comfortable shoes, maybe a little bit heavier because I'm not trying to push the pace today. Or I want to do some hill reps or go to the track. Maybe I'll take out the Takumi Sen or a lightweight shoe that I know is really fast. These kind of really run that whole gamut depending on what type of run I want to do. It really doesn't matter. I could take these out and use them for pretty much any piece of my training. So very lightweight, very comfortable. The only thing I'm concerned about with these have the rubberized EVA outsole, so there's no rubber on the outsole. It's basically just supposed to be a more durable version of EVA. So we'll see how these stand up over the miles durability wise. but the lockdown is great. I have no heel slippage. The upper is very comfortable. There's padding in the tongue. I'm really enjoying these right now. So the Hoka Mach 5, this is the way. That's actually Boba Fett though, not the Mandalorian, for people that are true Star Wars fans. I mentioned before when I first took these out of the box, my daughter said these shoes look like mac and cheese. And that's really stuck with me. And they really do kind of look like mac and cheese. And as I mentioned before, you know, they got some really good adult mac and cheese where you can get some bacon bits in there, a couple different types of cheeses. I think I know what I'm going to get for lunch. I can confidently say, though, this is the best shoe from Hoka that I've ever used. I'm pretty curious about their new carbon-plated racer, the Rocket X2. Not ready to spend $250 on that shoe just yet, but I may be getting it at some point. We'll see. But this one is really impressing me. As I mentioned in the earlier footage, the thing that's so impressive about this shoe is just how good it feels no matter what pace you're running in it. Really, you can just run an easy pace. It's super comfortable. I'd say the overall sensation of running in this shoe in one word is just delightful. It's just smooth, soft, just kind of glides across the ground, no drama, and it's real easy to turn up the pace in these as well. Even though these don't have a plate, they do really have a nice snappiness to them. The rocker in these helps you turn over your stride really nice. They're very lightweight. This Pro-Fi Plus foam in the top is nice and soft. You really get a nice bouncy sensation from this, but I think also it helps having that dual density firmer foam on the bottom where you don't sink into the shoe too much, which happens to me in some other models. So these just really feel great. Also the tongue here, there's padding right where my finger is, right up the middle of the eyelet chain, and then also right here where you tie the laces down. So they're eliminating any place for lace pressure. It's also fully gusseted, attached on both sides on the inside. So this tongue just sits right on top of your foot. I like how the Achilles kind of flares back right here. And you get a really good lockdown in this shoe. So I'm having absolutely no heel rubbing, staying in there nice and tight. Hokas are known to have a little bit of a narrow toe box, and this does as well, but I have kind of a normal volume foot, and this fits me well. I actually like when shoes have a little bit tighter fitting upper. Comparing this to the Clifton 6, you can see here, this one has a lot more volume in the upper. I found this shoe didn't really breathe all that well. It's kind of like wearing a sweatshirt on top of your foot. This one definitely is more breathable. And if we look at these from the bottom, they both have a pretty nice wide footprint. Again, I'd say the real strength of this shoe is just the versatility that it has. Like I took this out 4 times and it has 40 miles on it. So I actually got it up to almost 50 miles in 4 runs. And what was great about that was, you know, I had 4 different types of runs there. I ran a 7-mile easy run, then a 13.6 mile long run. Then I did a fartlek run where I really turned up the pace in these, and then did another long easy run of about 9 miles. But what was great about that was when I was picking a shoe for each of those runs, I was like, all right, well, let me try this out at easy pace. Felt great. Then when I wanted to try the long run, I'm like, let's see how the cushioning holds up over a longer run. Performed perfectly for that. And then I'm like, all right, let's see if I can turn up the pace in these, and 100% I could. So really, these are shining across the full run of paces. The only place where I'm putting a stopping point there is potentially with a race, just because I have some lighter shoes. Something else that's interesting, one of my favorite shoes of all time, I've called the original Saucony Endorphin Speed the greatest running shoe of all time because of its versatility, its ability to go fast, and also its amazing durability. This one has over 220 miles on it, and the rubber is untouched. This also weighs at 9.01 ounces, so it's the exact same weight as the Mach 5. So that's pretty impressive with this one because this feels like I have a lot more of that bouncy soft cushioning, and yet it's still able to come in at the same weight as the original Endorphin Speed. This is also less expensive than the Endorphin Speed. It comes in at $140. Apparently the mac and cheese colorway is not the most popular one, so I actually got these at Dick's Sporting Goods. This color was on sale for $99. I'm like, I really do not care about the color. I'd like to save $40 on this pair of shoes. So I ended up with the yellow mac and cheese colorway. So I find this shoe more comfortable than the Speed 1 for daily miles, for easy miles. The Speed 1 has got it beat on the top end though. I would use that for races. I would potentially hesitate to use this one for races because I feel like the roll and the plate in that shoe gives you more of that explosive feeling that lasts longer. So in a longer race, that's going to be more efficient than this one would. But this just feels great for, you know, every pace I ran in it. The other thing where the Saucony is definitely going to have this beat is that outsole durability. If we take a look at the outsole there, we can see it's starting to scuff. You know, this is like, if I find out this is a place where it was originally raised, there's like little triangles coming out here. Those are getting worn down in the midfoot already. So I have 40 miles on this shoe, and I am seeing some degradation in the midsole. But the nice thing about this is there's no rubber on there to wear down, so it's wearing down the actual EVA. But there's a thick layer that between the ground and the next layer of foam, which is that soft bouncy foam. So even though I'm scuffing this, it's not really wearing away that much at this point. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get good durability out of the shoe, but I'll definitely keep you updated on that, because I could see that being the only potential Achilles heel to this, because this is just phenomenal in every other way. Buy it weight or second rate for $140. I think this might be the best shoe on the market at that price point. The versatility that this has, the ability to do every type of run. If I go on vacation anytime soon, this is the one sneaker I'm going to take with me, because I know I can handle long runs, easy runs, tempo runs, pretty much everything I want to do, I can do it in this shoe. But if you're able to find these on sale like I did, maybe in a colorway that is not getting as much love, I would definitely recommend that as well. But this shoe I was really impressed with at full price, and being less than $150, I think it's one of the best values out there at the moment. I've almost taken these up to 50 miles already, so I'd say this counts as a full review. I think the only thing really to keep track of with these shoes is how is that outsole going to hold up over time. But other than that, I'm really, really impressed with this shoe in every way. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.